Well, moving on now, a fresh trade flashpoint has emerged between the United States and Canada. President Donald Trump has announced sweeping new tariffs of up to 50% on a wide range of Canadian imports, accusing Ottawa of unfair trade practices involving automobiles, dairy and alcohol. Now, the move marks a major escalation in tensions between the two North American neighbours and has drawn a sharp response from Canadian Prime Minister Carney. The new U.S. tariffs, which will take effect in 30 days, impose a 50% duty on several Canadian goods, ranging from consumer products such as wine and hockey sticks to industrial items, including commercial cement. However, some of Canada's biggest exports to the United States have been exempted. Well, these include energy products, potash, critical minerals, and fish. Importantly, the tariffs will apply even to products that were previously covered under the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, or the USMCA, significantly expanding the scope of the measures. Well, U.S. President Donald Trump says the tariffs are a response to what he calls Canada's unequal treatment of American automobiles, dairy products and alcohol. Responding to the move, Canadian Prime Minister Carney said this is the latest in a series of unilateral U.S. trade actions that began with the U.S. imposing a series of tariffs in direct violation of the Canada-United States-Mexico Agreement. Well, Carney also added of Trump's plan for 50% duties on many Canadian products. He said that Canada has made proposals to resolve disputes as Washington transformed its trade ties and is ready to intensify those discussions. Well, he also reiterated that Ottawa will continue defending Canadian interests and sovereignty while pursuing negotiations. The latest action adds to existing trade barriers already in place. The United States currently imposes tariffs ranging from 15% to 50% on Canadian steel, aluminium and copper, along with a 35% tariff on Canadian softwood lumber and a 25% duty on non-US components used in vehicles. Canada, in turn, maintains 25% retaliatory tariffs on selected American steel, aluminum and vehicle imports. The White House has based the latest tariffs on Section 338 of the U.S. Tariff Act of 1930, which addresses trade discrimination after the U.S. Supreme Court earlier ruled that President Trump could not rely on emergency powers to impose broad international tariffs. Business groups on both sides of the border have expressed concerns, warning that the latest measures could deepen trade tensions and trigger further retaliation if negotiations fail before the tariffs come into force next month.